Yeah, welcome you once again to Menalize TV. In our previous lesson, we look at transformation, and today we are looking at rotation. So this movement is done in either clockwise or anti-clockwise. So this morning we are going to look at how to rotate an object about an origin through the clockwise movement or anti-clockwise movement. The point XY, the first thing we have to do is to change the position of the X and Y, and that becomes Y, X. And when you are rotating in a clockwise direction, the Y is negative, or the coordinate of the Y axis is negative. So because of that, we have a negative here. Then when we come to 180 clockwise rotation, the same way you change the position of these two, then the minus X will go to the top, and then the Y will come down. Then the rule says that the second number or the coordinates of the Y axis have to take negative. So because of that, we have a negative here. Good. Now we come to rotation 270 degrees clockwise. So when you are rotating 270 degrees clockwise, what happens is you change the position of these two as well. So minus Y at the top, and then minus X at the down. Then here, the coordinate of the X axis takes negative. So because of that, the X here becomes negative as well. So negative will give us a positive. So here we have minus Y at the top and then positive X at the down. So when we come to 90 degrees clockwise, so the first thing we have to do is to change the position of the 2 and the 5. And that will be 5, 2 here. Then the coordinates at the X and the Y axis will take the negative. So because of that, the 2 here will be negative. Now we are going to rotate the same point 180 degrees clockwise. So here we have acrobatics. If you turn the numbers upside down, so the negative 2 will go to the top and the positive 5 will come to the down. It becomes negative 2, positive 5. And here, the coordinates at the y-axis have to take the negative. So because of that, the 5 is negated. So we have negative 2, negative 5. Which means that when you have the point A, 2, 5, and you rotate it 180 degrees clockwise, you are going to get negative 2, negative 5. Now let's go to 270 degrees clockwise. So 270 degrees clockwise, the same way we change the position of these two, it becomes minus 5 at the top and then minus 2 at the down. Now when you have it this way, what we have to do is you have to negate the coordinate at the y-axis. So at the y-axis here, the coordinate here is negative 2. So negative will give us positive. So because of that, the 2 here will be positive. Which means that when we have A, which is 2, 5, and rotate it 270 degrees clockwise, you are going to get negative 5, 2. So under anti-clockwise, when we have the point XY, where you are asked to rotate it anti-clockwise. So what we have to do is, one, you change the position of the two numbers that we have, or the coordinates of the x-axis and the y-axis. So here the y will go to the top and then x will come to the down. And what happens is that we are going to negate the values or the coordinates of the x-axis. So because of that, the first number will take the negative. Now when we come to 180 degrees anti-clockwise rotation, the same way we change the position of these two numbers, we have the minus y at the top and the minus positive x at the down. So we are going to change the position of the two, becomes the x and then minus y. And here, what happens is that the number at the top takes the negative. So because of that, we have the negative here. So that means that when you have the point xy and you rotate it anti-clockwise 180 degrees, what we are going to get is a negative x and then negative y. Then we go move to 270 degrees anti-clockwise rotation. So the same way we change the position of these two, we have the minus y at the top and then minus x at the down. And what we have to do here is that we say the first number at the top takes the negative. So because of that, this number is already negative. And negative will give you positive. So because of that, we have positive y there. So we are going to use 2, 5 and rotate it anti-clockwise and see what we have. Now we have 2 and 5. So the rule says that first, change the position of the two numbers. So here we have 2, 5 becomes 5, 2. And the second rule says what? Negate the first number, which is the coordinate at the x-axis. So here the 5 will be negative. Then we move on to 180 degrees anti-clockwise. So here what we have is, you change the position of these two as well. So the 2 will go to the top, and then the negative 5 will be at the down. So from here what we have is, negate the first number, and the first number here is 2. So when you have 2 and 5 and you rotate it 180 degrees anti-clockwise, the result that you're going to get is what? -2, -5. Then we move to 270 degrees clockwise, anti-clockwise, 270 degrees anti-clockwise. Then you change the position of the 2 as well. Then you have the -5 at the top, and then the -2 at the down as well. And here what we have to do is what? Negate the first number. And already the first number here is -5. So we have to negative will give us positive. So because of that, this side is what? Positive. So when you have 2, 5 and rotate it 270 degrees anti-clockwise, this is what you got. You have 5, -2. So looking at this, we can say that the 90 degrees clockwise is the same as 270 degrees anti-clockwise. So here the clockwise 90 degrees is 5, -2. Then 270 degrees anti-clockwise, we are having the same 5, -2. So the same way, 180 degrees clockwise is the same as 180 degrees anti-clockwise. So when you look at it, you realize that we have the same result here. So the same way, 90 degrees anti-clockwise is the same as 270 degrees clockwise. What we have to do, so you change the position of the two numbers. These numbers are 1, 1. So the same way, we have 1, 1. And here, 90 degrees clockwise, the second number takes the negative. So you have the negative here. So here we have the second number, which is 1, 4. It becomes 4 -1. And then the third one, which is 3, 1, becomes 1, -3. So when you look at this, you realize that the coordinates at the y-axis are having the negative. Now you come to anti-clockwise rotation. So the same way you change the position of the two numbers, these numbers are, the first A, the numbers are 1, 1, so you maintain the 1, 1. Then here, the first number takes the negative, so you have the -1 here. Then here we have 1, 4. So you change the position of the 2, it becomes 4, 1. So you have the 4, 1, and then the 4 here is taking the negative. Then you have the 3, 1. So this 3, 1 becomes what? 1, 3. And then the 1 takes the negative. Now we go to the graph board and go and represent this on the graph sheet. So we are now going to plot the points and then rotate them both clockwise and anti-clockwise. So first, the first point we have here is A, which is 1, 1, B, 1, 4, and C, 3, 1. So we plot it and see how it goes. So you have the points A, 1, 1, B, 1, 4, and C, 1, 3, 1. We are going to join it to form a triangle. A1, which is 1, -1, so you have here A1 here, 1, -1. We have our B1, which is 4, -1. So 4, -1 here. And we have our C, which is 1, -3. So 1, -3 Yes, C. So the C1 is 1, -3. So let's join to form a triangle. And this is the rotation 90 degrees clockwise about the origin. So now we are going for the rotation 90 degrees anti-clockwise about the origin. So our A2 here becomes -1, 1. So here we have 1, 4, it will become -4, 1. So -4, 1, we have it here. That's our B2. -4, 1. Then our C2 is going to be -1, 3. So we have our -1, 3 here. That's our C2. So we now join to form a triangle. So this is the object that we have, and when you rotate it 90 degrees clockwise, this is what we have, and when you rotate it 90 degrees anti-clockwise, this is what you are going to have. Thanks so much for watching today's episode. Remember to subscribe to the channel Menalize TV for more updates.